everybody, Captain Raggy Beard here. First time anybody's seen me new whiskers. Got loads of them now, haven't I? Much more than I had last time you saw us. But anyway, that's what happens to old pirates. Today, I don't want to talk about pirates, I want to tell you about my friend Dennis. So I've just found something out about him. But anyway, I'll tell you. Every Wednesday, Dennis likes to go and visit his mum in Shildon. Because he lives in Darlington. And he goes every morning for the 9:19 to Bishop, where he gets off at Shildon. And you know, there's not many seats available on that train. And there's usually a mad scramble for seats. And because Dennis is very, very shy, he's usually last to find a seat. And all he can usually find is a seat with his back to the engine. Now there's a lot of people, if they have to sit with their back to the engine, start feeling travel sick. And they much prefer having a seat facing the engine. But Dennis, for some reason, rarely ever finds a seat facing the engine. And anyway, this day when he staggered to his mum's in Shildon, she says, "Hey, Howard Dennis, you look terrible." He says, "I know." He says, "As I get older, this sickness is getting worse. Every time I've got me back to the engine, I come off the train feeling poorly." His mum says, "Well, remember when you were a little boy?" He says, "I do. I used to be sick then, wasn't I?" She says, "Yes." She says, "Well, what did that tell you to do?" Mum, I cannot remember." Well, she says, "Here, I want you to try this on your way home." She says, "All right, what?" She says, "Well, if you can't find a seat tonight on the way home with facing the engine, then I want you to look at the person opposite and just say very nicely, 'Excuse me, would you mind swapping with me because I get a bit poorly if I've got me back to the engine?' And I'm sure any reasonable person will swap with you." Oh, he says, "Mum, I don't know whether I dare." She says, "Just do it." She says, "Here, practice on me." So he practiced on his mum and he thought, "Oh, maybe I can do it." So luckily, when he got on the train, right, to go back to Darlington, there was a lovely little old lady sitting doing her knitting. And he sat opposite it and he plucked up all his courage. And he said, "Excuse me." She says, "Yes, dear. Can I help?" He says, "Well, maybe." He says, "I get sick if I've got me back to the engine. Would it be possible if we could swap seats?" "Oh, dear," she says, "I'd love to. You should just ask." Oh, he thought, right, it's as easy as my mum said. So they swapped seats. When he got home that night, his wife said, "Oh, you look well. Did you get a seat facing the engine?" He says, "Well, I did. But it was because I asked the lady opposite to swap." "Oh," she says, "what a good idea. I think you should do that next week." He says, "I will." And anyway, on the way to Shildon, there was a little boy sitting opposite and he asked him, and the little boy says, "Yes, sir. I'll happily switch seats. It doesn't matter to me which way I'm sitting." So he got to his mum's and his mum says, "Hey, you're looking well, Dennis." He says, "Because I'm sitting the right way facing the engine." "Oh," she says, "did you do what I said?" He says, "I did. And it's worked." "It has, ma'am." So anyway, after he'd had his tea at his mum's, he got on the train at 5:14 back to North Road, Darlington. when he got off the train, oh, he was sick as could be. And when he got home, his wife said, "Hey, Dennis, you're as white as a sheet." He says, "I know." She says, "Did you not do what your mum told you?" He says, "Look, I couldn't." She says, "Why not?" He says, "Well, there was nobody sitting opposite on the way back." And his wife just went, "What?" But that's Dennis for you. Thank you, and I hope to see you soon in the flesh. Have a good year.